What's going on, guys? It's Nara from UK Mobile Review. We're here at Nokia's Mobile World Congress 2014 stand, and in front of us we have, yes, it's the Nokia X running Android. You heard, a Nokia smartphone running Android. Special thanks to Sennheiser for lending us the EW100 and ME2 microphones, and Sony for lending us the RX100 Mark II camera for our Mobile World Congress coverage. Check out the links in the description below. As you're about to see though, this isn't your average Android smartphone. We've got, in a way, Nokia's kind of answered the critics who said that they should have gone with Android and delivered what people have been asking for all this time, which is an Android smartphone. But what we have here is possibly the most unique Android smartphone on the market. Although it runs on the Android software, it's actually very much got a Windows Phone style Metro user interface, as we'll show you. You've got the live tiles, and the live tiles themselves can be expanded out to slightly bigger size, which gives you more information. So if we were signed into Twitter on here, example, it would then go from just being a static icon to displaying live tile information, i.e. the other devices that are there, the latest tweets, the latest things in your mentions column, the latest things in your timeline, your latest direct messages, etc. If you've used Windows Phone before, you'll know exactly what the live tiles can do. The Nokia X, this is actually the Nokia XL, which has a 5-inch display, which is an IPS WVGA display. It's got a 2-megapixel front-facing camera, a 5-megapixel rear-facing camera with a single LED flash, and it is autofocus. There's certainly no Carl Zeiss optics on here, but for a handset that's got a recommended retail price of €109 before taxes and subsidies, I think you can actually understand that why they haven't added their premium camera technology into here. The user interface is very straightforward. You've got the live tiles idea, and it comes with preloaded applications such as Skype. So with this, you will get a month's worth of Skype unlimited world subscription in selected markets. That allows you to call both with landlines, selected mobiles in selected countries, and it's part of the experience of bringing people onto Microsoft services. As you may know, that Skype was bought by Microsoft a few years ago for about, if we're not mistaken, it was around €8 billion. So it's to bring people onto the Microsoft software, both from Azure devices and from feature phones, and also from other Android phones, because this is very much giving the Android experience and the flexibility of the Android platform with Nokia's and Microsoft's own services. It runs on the Android OS, as we've said, but it is actually a forked version of Android. So the forked version of Android means you don't have access to the Google Play Store, at least not until it gets launched, but you do have things like
I've already confirmed, sure, no problem.
Very good games, Plants vs Zombies, Tetris, Bejeweled 2, Benji Bananas, Noppy Classic, and then one of my favourite apps, you've got Astro File Manager, Viber, WhatsApp, WeChat, Yandex, Opera, and look, BBM. As we announced yesterday at the MWC press conference for Nokia, BBM is coming to Windows Phone, and it's also available on the Nokia X range. And this is because it's running Android at the end of the day. The good thing about the Nokia X is about 75% of the applications in the Google Play Store can be side-loaded onto the device, connected via your computer without needing any other customizations. Some other apps developers may need to tweak, but the majority of apps will be available to run on this, meaning that the Nokia X family should have access to well over 100,000 applications as long as developers come and take it on board. Given that Nokia is saying it's only going to take the matter of minutes as opposed to days to convert existing Android applications to work on the Nokia X, it's very likely that developers will be definitely on board with getting on board with the X family. And let's be honest, this is X version 1. We're likely to see going forward many more X devices, as it allows people and allows Microsoft, after their purchase of Nokia, to introduce people who may be put off by Windows Phone to the Microsoft range of services. So you've also got, remember, OneDrive. Now the Nokia X family, both this, which is the Nokia XL with the 5-inch display, and the Nokia X/X Plus, which have a 4-inch display, both come with 7 gigabytes, with 10 gigabytes of OneDrive storage free of charge. The good thing is that means that those who may not have been tempted to go with OneDrive, and if you follow our site, you'll know that OneDrive was recently rebranded from SkyDrive to OneDrive because Microsoft didn't own the rights to SkyDrive. The people who may not have tried the Microsoft services before, such as Outlook.com example, will then be tempted to join us on board. Now, it's worth noting that actually the design of this is quite interesting. It has a polycarbonate unibody, just like the Lumia range, and looking at the XL, you've got just a single key. That's because it runs on very much works on swipes, just like, if you think all those years ago, the Nokia N9, one of our favourite Nokia smartphones ever. The user interface, so if we now switch to the right here, you'll see we've got the If we now switch to the right here, you'll see we've got the recent thing, and you've also got something called Fastlane. Now Fastlane basically brings all your notifications into one area. The idea being that you shouldn't have to go to numerous applications like you do with Windows Phone to see all your notifications. One screen, a swipe from the home screen, and you're at Fastlane, giving you everything you need in one place. It's quite ironic, however, that Nokia's new Android phone has a notification center, yet their Lumia Windows Phone range doesn't. Although we are, as we've seen by the leaks of Windows Phone 8.1, that's one of the biggest changes and probably one of the biggest critiques that's finally going to be rectified. And again, it's very good to have. As you see from the drop down here, we've got shortcuts, so we've got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile data, and your sound profile. You've got your wireless networks, and also, you'll see it here, 2 SIM cards. Yep, the Nokia X is a dual SIM device, and the good thing about that is we finally found an Android smartphone that's fast, functional, fluid, but can actually run dual SIM, and is going to be available in multiple countries around the world. Not only have Nokia answered the critics of people who are asking for a Nokia Android phone with Nokia hardware but the Android OS, they're giving it in dual SIM functionality and dual SIM flavor as well, and that's enough. Trust me, for someone who carries multiple devices on a daily basis, having 2 SIM card slots in one device, especially if it's already configured, makes life a lot simpler. Let's give you a quick run through of the settings menu. The settings, if you look at it straight away, you'll know that this is pure. This just looks like Android with a different skin. It's got absolutely everything you could want. But if we go to the About phone, interestingly, you'll notice that the software version is RM130, platform version Nokia X platform version 1.0.1. Now, what does that mean? It means that they're not willing to reveal, at least not on the phone itself, what version of Android this is running. Although you can bet as soon as this comes out, we're likely to find out pretty much every piece of information that we're missing. If you've got an Android phone, you'll notice it's pretty much just here. It all looks the same. It's got the same data counter. And if we go into the battery, we'll just show you that the battery looks almost identical as well. It looks just like an Android phone with a different skin to it. And in fact, it's a nice clean UI, it's very much black and white in the settings menu. Obviously, the Nokia X comes with a range of applications pre-installed, so you're looking at Facebook, Twitter, Skype, and these are all Android apps that have just been ported over. It's got a Nokia Mixed Radio. Make sure you check out our other videos for that. It's got here maps, as we've come to expect, and yeah, it's just a very clean user interface. 3 icons to a row. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, and you can add widgets. So if we want to add, say, a BBM widget, and there you go. We've now got a BBM widget open there, and you can add a folder if you want. Nice and easy. Let's go back. We don't want to add the folder right now, but we turn this off, and suddenly you've got a BBM widget. It's quite interesting how they've implemented widgets. They haven't allowed it to be resized, but that's probably because of the user interface they're going for, which is very much Windows Phone Tile UI. But it does show, actually, maybe this is a sign of things to come. Is this a sign that Windows Phone will finally get widgets or something like that? Big blocks that can take up 3 or 4 rows, give you the information you want, and satisfy those people who say that live tiles just isn't enough for information. Give you a quick run through of the pricing, and this is where you're going to be pleasantly surprised. We're not talking about a premium top end price point here. The Nokia X itself, which is the introductory value, is €89 only before tax and subsidies. The Nokia X Plus comes in at €99, and the Nokia XL comes in at €109. Absolute bargain in terms of for the value of what you're getting, especially with the Skype, with the OneDrive. And remember, you've got Nokia hardware here, so it's got to be pretty good. We'll give you a quick run through of the tech specs of the XL itself, which is alongside the 5-inch display. We've got a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera with the autofocus and flash, 1 gigahertz Snapdragon, I believe it's a 400 dual-core processor, 768 megabytes of RAM, dual SIM functionality, standby time of 41 days on 2G or 26 days on 3G. You get mixed radio for free, which is brilliant. Some selected markets will also get the downloadable mixed radio plus with downloadable playlists. And it's available in 6 colors, which is pretty awesome as well. You've got black, blue, green, white, yellow, and orange. We've got the orange one here. And if you remember looking several years ago, we had an orange N8, and it looks pretty cool. And that's it. It's just a quick run through of Nokia's new smartphone. Remember, we're going to be going for a very, very in-depth hands-on when this comes out in a month or 2 time. Expect us to go into depth with what Nokia's done with Android and what the future holds. But for now, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the MWC portal for all of our coverage from Mobile World Congress. You should see the link appearing anywhere at the bottom just now. And I'll see you in the next video. Until next time.